Are you a retro gamer who longs for the golden days of gaming but still wants to feel in touch with the current gaming culture without having to resort to learning ridiculous dance moves and battle royale gameplay? Well, the Nintendo Switch has you covered, and no, this video is not sponsored by Nintendo. Today I'm going to tell you my 5 reasons why the Nintendo Switch is perfect for retro gamers. Let's get started. If this is your first time here at the channel, my name is Tyler, and if you love gaming from all generations like we do here at G3, then consider hitting that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. The first reason I think the Switch is perfect for retro gamers is its amazing pickup and play value. Odds are, if you're a retro gamer like me, you are now old and have a few more responsibilities than you did back in the day. And being a husband and father in his mid-30s who works a full-time job doesn't leave me much time to play video games. I know my biggest pet peeve with modern gaming is the constant updates and downloads that delay playing for hours. But the Switch delivers modern games with nostalgic flair and true retro content that you can immediately turn on the console and play. The first game my son Blake and I played through was Breath of the Wild, and it was such a wonderful experience since we could sit down and play in front of the TV together when we had time, but it also gave us the freedom to take the game on the go, and Blake could play in the car and I could maybe play a few minutes before bed each night. We would tell each other how far we progressed before handing it off to the other to play, which made for some fun stories. And I hope Blake will always remember these moments in gaming when he grows up like I have with my dad. Since we're on the subject of gaming with your kids, my second reason the Switch is perfect for retro gamers is it allows you to introduce your favorite retro games to your children. I've been able to show my kids some of my all-time favorites from the arcade archives like Donkey Kong and the original Punch-Out! And there are other retro bundles like the Sega Classics collection that I otherwise don't think would have kept their attention if it weren't on a modern console. Number 3 is the massive collection of retro-inspired titles available for the Switch. Honestly, this is an overwhelming topic to discuss, and I will just speak of a few of my favorites, like Blaster Master Zero, the Ninja Gaiden-inspired The Messenger, and the Castlevania-themed Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I also love the 8-bit adventure Shovel Knight. But if you love run-and-gun titles like Contra, then my absolute favorite game on the Switch, which actually was only released last month, is the beautifully crafted and punishingly difficult instant classic, Cuphead. Yes, I know this isn't a true retro game, but it checks most of the boxes for retro gameplay. Like a run-and-gun style, NES hard boss fights, and just look at that nostalgic hand-drawn animation. Honestly, for me, Cuphead itself is almost worth buying the Switch because I believe this was the console it was truly made for, and Cuphead is actually my number 5 game of all time. Number 4 is a solid reason for retro gamers to love the Switch as well, and that is the NES collection available on the Switch Online service, that you can pay $20 a year for access to a constantly growing list of your favorite NES titles. You have the option of save states too, which I know makes retro purists cringe, but I don't have a problem with save states if you just don't have the time to play through an entire game in one sitting and just save when you have to stop. So I consider it a great feature for these games. They also have SP versions of some of the games like The Legend of Zelda, Ninja Gaiden, and Kid Icarus, which lets you start the game with all the items you need or near the final boss of the game, which I pretty much consider blasphemy, but I guess it is a way to get the younger generations interested in playing these retro titles in our participation trophy society today. I better move on to number 5 before I go into an old man rant here. And the final reason the Switch is perfect for retro gamers is that you can look like you're being an adult and still get your game time in on the Switch. When your wife wants to watch This Is Us while you're in the middle of a bald bull fight, you can say no problem honey and watch with her. And don't worry babe, I'll put the kids to bed tonight too. But in all seriousness, the kids and I have owned the Switch since its released in 2017, and it has become my personal second favorite Nintendo console of all time. If you already own a Switch and feel the same way I do, that's awesome, and let me know in the comments below. But if you've been on the fence about buying a Switch or feel like modern gaming has left you behind like I did, then I can't recommend the Nintendo Switch enough, and I hope it can bring some wonderful experiences for you and your family. And there is no way I could have covered all the retro titles available on the Switch in this video, so leave me a comment about what Switch games you think I should try. Make sure you give this video a like, and special shout out to Master Search for finding Mullet Boy first in our last video. Till next time guys, G3 out.